Okay, so today we're going to do some work on expanding brackets. Now, in order to do that, we just need to revise these ones that we've done before, where you've got a number times the bracket. So remember, we draw on the little rainbows, like that. So it's 3 times x, you're multiplying here. So 3 times x is 3x, minus 3 times 7. So the 3 gets multiplied by the x and by the minus 7. Okay, let's try the next one. So 2 times 3x, well 2 times 3 is 6, and there's an x, plus 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, when there's a negative out the front, we have to be just slightly more careful, but it's the same idea. So negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times positive 5 is negative 10. Remember, a negative times a positive gives us a negative. And this one, draw on the little rainbows. Negative 3 times 2x, so it's a negative times a positive, so it's negative. 3 times 2 is 6, and there's an x. And then negative 3 times negative 7, so a negative times a negative is plus. 3 times 7 is 21. So I want you to start by practicing that a little bit. There's a new booklet to download. You're doing topic 5, question 1. You're acing it, so every second one. Okay, so pause the video and do that, and then come back and let's look at some slightly harder examples. Okay, so this time we have to expand and simplify. So we've got expanding first. So 3 times a is 3a, plus 3 times 2 is 6. And then I'm just going to write minus a plus 3 again. And then in the next step, we'll simplify by collecting up our like terms. So we've got 3a minus a, they're both a's, so they are like terms. So 3a minus a gives us, we've got 3 a's, we take away an a, we end up with 2 a's. And then we've got a positive 6 plus another 3, so plus 9. Here's another example. This one's got 2 brackets, but it's the same idea. So expand the brackets first, always draw in the little rainbows. So 5 times m is 5m, plus 5 times 4 is 20. Now we've got to be a bit careful here with this minus. This minus belongs to the 2, so we're multiplying these things by a negative. So it's negative 2 times m is minus 2m, and negative 2 times negative 3, we're multiplying 2 minuses, so we get a plus. 2 times 3 is 6. And then we have to simplify again by collecting our like terms. So we've got 5m minus 2m, which is 3m. We've got 5 m's, we take 2 m's away, we're left with 3 m's, plus 20 plus 6, so that is 26. Okay, pause again, go back to topic 5, questions 2 to 3. You're choosing 6 from each, 6 from question 2 and 6 from question 3. And when you get back from that, we're going to look at the new content, which is just a little bit harder, called binomial products. Okay, so here's some examples of some binomial products. So what this is a bracket multiplied by another bracket. Now, where we just did a number before multiplied by a bracket, now we've got 2 things multiplied by a bracket. Both the x and the 3 have to get multiplied by the x plus 2. So the first thing to do is write it out like that. So we've got the x times the x plus 2. Okay, so that's the first thing getting multiplied by that, plus the 3 also multiplied by the x plus 2. Okay, so x times x plus 2 plus 3 times x plus 2. Okay, and that gives us 2 parts, and then the rest is exactly the same as question 6 above. So let's draw on the little rainbows. So that first step is the thing that is new, so you really need to look at that carefully. So x times x is x squared, remember, plus x times 2 is 2x, plus 3 times x, 3 times 2. And then collect up our like terms. We've just got this plus 2x and plus 3x in the middle that are like terms. X squared is the only square one, so we just write that one again. Plus 2x plus 3x is plus 5x. Okay, 2 plus 3 is 5, and then plus the 6. Okay, I'm just going to do 2 more examples, but they are exactly the same. So remember this first step, each of these has to get multiplied by this second bracket. So we've got 3p times the second bracket plus 1 times the second bracket. Now, you don't have to write that one, but I think for now it's a good idea to do that, just while you're getting used to it. So let's expand it out and then simplify it. So we're expanding. So 3p times p, we've got a 3. P times p is p squared. You're going to get a square in most of these. Minus 3 times 2 is 6, and there's that p as well. Plus 1 times each of those. So multiplying by 1, it stays the same. So 1 times p is p, 1 times minus 2 is minus 2. And then you're pretty much always going to get these two like terms in the middle that you can put together. So the 3p squared again, we've got negative 6p plus a p. So if you think about your number line, you're starting at negative 6 and you're going right 1, so minus 5p, and then minus 2. Okay, just one more example. So each of the first things in the first bracket gets multiplied by the second bracket. So x times the second bracket minus 7 times the second bracket. Okay, that's the step that is really, really new that you really need to practice so that you get it right each time. Okay, let's expand it out. So x times x is x squared. X times minus 3 is minus 3x. Minus 7 times x, so minus 7x. And then we've got minus 7 times minus 3. So negative times a negative is a positive. 7 times 3 is 21. Collect up our like terms. Now, well, when you're doing the exercise on these, you may need to actually come back and watch a few times and copy my working, but with the different numbers in your questions. So we're starting at negative 3x and we're minusing, so we're going left another 7x. So we're down to minus 10x and plus 21 at the end. Okay, so from topic 6 on the next page, you're doing all of the questions, question 1 to 3, and you're choosing 6 from each. You could do every second one, for example.